Ho, 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 mofos. What is going on, Marmeisters?
Ho, ho, ho. Merry Christmas.
Only a couple of us on tonight, so you better enjoy it while you can.
I just want to say
Oh, I
right
am.
now,
I'm
ignore
half pot.
ignore Lightbot in the emote thing. I can't find it in sight. I will have to do more research.
Now you know how I feel. I'll leave it up to you to deal with the stuff on this channel.
Thanks.
I heard,
D,
D.
be careful. I hope you don't lose power.
She already did.
Power is out in half or more of my Providence. She didn't.
Oh, okay.
Hi, Wanda from Missouri. You betcha this weather is horrible.
Let me tell you something. I got up this morning, took Blade out.
Yeah.
Probably about 11 o'clock. The windshield was so dang cold and the wind blowing at the same time. He did his pee and he just stood there like he was frozen. It was like that. Took my ass in the house. So he would not poop in it.
Piper goes in and she is or out and she is back in within like a minute.
Yeah. He didn't want to go poop.
So right now it says it's 1 degree and it feels like minus 14. This morning we had feels like minus 33.
It's not like that here. I mean, it's sub-zero for the windshield, yeah, but I don't think it's that high here.
Yeah, and that's what it is here. Things in the house are banging and all sort of stuff today.
Yeah. I took him out this morning. I saw somebody's grill cover flying across the parking lot.
It's minus 1 here with 30 to 40. Yeah, we have high winds too. Andrea, hello from frigid Indiana.
Yeah, she's getting worse than we are. Her and Randy are. The further up north, it's worse.
Yeah. Hello, Stephanie. Hey, Marv, you never called me back. Yeah, I know.
She's good at that.
I don't remember if we started watching a movie or what happened. Yes, everyone, Randy's pictures of the bridge are going to be on Fox 59.
It was strange how that worked out because one of my contacts from them called me today and said, "Hey, who's the guy that took the pictures of the bridge?" So I gave him his name and called him immediately. And I said, "Hey, you're going to be expecting a call from Fox 59. So stay tuned." And as soon as I hung up with him, gave her the phone number and she called him.
Cool.
You had to do a consent form in order to show them because that's taking somebody else's content. And
yeah.
The same thing here on YouTube. It's no different.
Anyone had to cancel Christmas plans yet due to this crazy weather?
I mean, we only got about an inch of snow here, but it wasn't snow you would think. It was like icy snow. I mean, it was like sleet and snow mixed last night.
Yeah. I think it's time to get out the alcohol.
I don't drink, but I done been down to see Mary Jane.
Hello, Jill. Hello, Ms. Mula. Hello, Vanessa. Rapping and listening. Yeah, I did. I think we got one more thing to wrap. I think we got something today. Welcome from California, just me. Send some of that nicer weather our way.
Yeah, I was watching some videos today. They got it bad down in Texas on the interstate. Hey, babe.
Lexi. Jacqueline's here. I say everybody just do all the emojis you can and just make Nightbot go crazy. I have not lost power or internet. I am shocked.
Internet's my phone internet's running pretty slow. It's like Randy was trying to call me today or text me, and after I talked to him, like 20 minutes later, the text had come through prior to me even talking to him on the phone.
Yeah. Good to see you, Digital. Miss Thing. Olivia 2. Violet Gale. There's one car accident on the highway in your area. Oh my goodness. Stay inside. Be safe. Texas seems to have made it through the worst of it without the total grid going out. Well, that's a good thing.
I used to live in Georgia when I was in the military, man. They'd freak out if it frosted down there.
Yeah, Bobby says Iowa is cold too. Yeah, I think a lot of places are. Merry Christmas, Bird Blue 24. Hello, true crime housewife. It's colder than a witch's boob here in southern Indiana. It's that way everywhere.
Yeah. I'm in southern Indiana. Well, not that far south of Indianapolis, but.
Christmas celebrations, by the way. Are we having a Christmas party tonight? Yeah, we're going to go into some stuff and then get silly.
Yeah.
They're closing roads in Kokomo. Oh, wow.
With the wind blowing, it makes the windshield even worse.
Yes, it does.
All right, D, if you get freezing rain, you'll get snow right behind it.
Your weather got lost and needs to scoot you out of here. Yeah.
I think the first major snowstorm we had last year, we got up to like 8 inches.
I love it, Bossy. Leave my emojis alone. Christy Lynn. Robin. Ugh. Thank you, Robin. Support with Steffa. How are you doing?
Oh my goodness, look who it is.
I haven't seen you in a while. Jeannie, nice to see you. See through. Star Quilt. Hello. Hello, Stories from the Stone.
What is up, buddy?
Charismatically clever.
Hey, yo.
Eden Fox, Texas is getting hit hard. We are really struggling. Oh, no.
Well, at least we know nobody's going to be executed tonight.
Yeah. Yeah, you could call in later. We'll do some call-ins. Hello, Lakeside Justice. Jen Cruz. This wind is BS. I love it.
She's in Illinois too, isn't she? Yeah.
Yep. Hello there. Charlie, nice to see ya. Trust and Justice. Lakeside. Okay, I got everybody, I think. So my kid, that boy of mine, he's just not patient. He's like, Mom, do we get to open presents tomorrow night?
You know how it was on the night before Christmas.
I know. Well, normally we make them wait till Christmas morning.
Yeah, that's what I said, Aussie. Or they won't have electricity to run the lethal injection machine either. Okay, we
Can you
open
open up
present and
presents?
live.
Sure, if you want to open a present in the live, go for it. Yes, I'm using my tumbler and I'm drinking water. What?
Dad made dinner.
I know.
It's ready if you want it.
Okay, I'll get some when I'm done. Thank you. Nice to see you, daughter.
She's been hiding there, hibernating in the basement.
She's so much like her mother. She's like, I was taking a nap.
Oh, I was too until Lexi woke me up.
Hello,
I was sleeping good too.
And Stacy. I hate water.
Wanda said she turned 56 today and her husband bought her wine coolers.
I'd rather have wine coolers than water.
Well, I'll be bitching at you if you did that, right?
Yeah. I'm having a little issues here, people. I've been kind of quiet this week, and there's a reason for it. My blood sugar and my cholesterol are way too high.
Tell them what your A1C was.
Oh, God, no.
Steph will be getting in your butt too if you knew what your A1C is.
All right. My A1C is 10.5, and it's supposed to be at like a 6 or 7. No more diet. Well, one a day. I'm trying to do one a day. I had a doctor's appointment on Tuesday, and I got bad news.
You're going to end up on insulin like I did.
Blood pressure or blood sugar is sky high.
Yeah, Charlie Murphy. I used to live in Augusta. And when I was in the military, I was at Fort Gordon. And they get a frost, they'd be freaking out down there.
Oh, here we go. Yep. Yes, that I got to be careful. Yes, it's very high. I have to bring it down. Cinnamon? Creamy. Oh, here we go. Okay, so I'm trying to find out how to get the Libra app so that I can get a prescription from my doctor because my insurance won't cover it. So if you know how I can get the Libra app set up on my phone so I can get some of those, let me know.
What is it? I've never heard of that. Oh, I already asked my doctor for that, and they said no. And that's through the VA.
I can get it for $75 every 2 weeks, and I can handle that. I just need the app. I agree. I can turn it around.
Lay down. You're not going to sit there and stare at me like that. You want to see people? Hold on.
Yeah, I know, Indy Pam. I got to stay away from the pasta.
You see? Where are you at, buddy? Stay. Look right here.
All right, I'll remember that.
Where you at? Yeah. You said hell with you at. Oh,
yeah, I've been trying to keep the stress down too, so.
All right. You hear me?
Yep.
Huh?
I just enjoyed a delicious salad. I can hear you. What's your issue? Yeah, I know. Ooh, good ideas you guys are giving
You
me.
there?
Yes? Are you
Mhm.
there? Hello? What did you do?
Can you hear me now?
I can hear you fine. You can't hear me?
Now I can.
Okay. So yes. This week I have been taking it easy.
I'm on Lantus injection once a day.
I'm on metformin.
Yeah, see, support for Steph is saying that your liver would be covered if you were on insulin.
Oh. Trim Healthy Mama, look it up. I control my... All right, I'm writing it down. All right.
All right.
Pineapples won't help.
That's
Too
a lot
much
of
sugar.
shit. Oh, yeah.
So I got another follow-up in 3 months. And I'm working with the nurses line in with my insurance. So we'll get it figured out. All right, Frankie boy.
What's up?
You want to tell us what's up with Delphi this week?
Oh, that damn autopsy
No
report.
swearing.
Gosh, dog. What do you think of that fake death
Oh,
certificates? People swear they're legit, and I'm like, no, they're not. Me and Randy sat and had a big conversation and talked about it, and I said, look, man, I could look up Indiana death certificate forms on Google and pull it right up, and I could print it off and fill it out myself.
I think the number one hint to us
Yeah.
was the manner of death was suicide. Come
And to
on.
say one of the girls was married and separated or whatever it was, and I'm thinking, really? And the bad thing about it is the Florida Fire girls' death certificates say the same thing: suicide.
Yeah.
So I just went, yeah, somebody's definitely begging for some information by putting that crap out, or they're just trying to get stuff started, excuse me.
That activity could be good exercise.
You know who she's talking about.
I know what she's talking about.
Wrong end of the spectrum over here.
So Frank likes his new chair because he can lean back in it.
Oh, yeah, support my neck. My goodness. Listen to this, y'all. My desk came yesterday. Or was it the day before? I opened it up, start putting it together into two of the main legs. You got to screw some brackets in between them. So I screw one end to one leg and go to screw the other end of the bracket to the other leg. It didn't have no threaded drill holes in it for screws to fit in. Didn't even put no holes in it. I called Marvin Mealy and said, I am so mad right now because I've been waiting on that to get here to put it together. And now I got to call the manufacturer.
Horizontal dancing, yes. Digital says it's being insinuated that the coroner mucked it up on purpose.
I don't believe that at all. I immediately called Becky about it. And she said, it's somebody's playing a gag. That's exactly what she said, Jimmy. Randy did his shows on it. And then I went to a couple people that have Facebook groups just like he did and asked people to take that garbage down because that don't need to be out there like that.
No.
We didn't post it in our group at all.
No, we would have taken it down right away.
Oh, yeah. Keegan Klein. 3 days in a row, he tried to text me.
Oh, my goodness.
And the funny thing about it is you know, he had court yesterday at 10 a.m. and they did it by Zoom. Half hour later, I'm getting a text from him. Half hour after this court hearing. So, no, you're not getting me.
No more money from us. Sorry.
No. But I'm thinking about writing him. I'm not sure if I'm going to or not. Because I know what they do. They open his mail, read through everything.
Yeah.
And
So
then, go ahead.
No talking to KK for us.
No. He had, everybody I'm sure knows by now, 5 charges dropped and 18 amended. The 5 charges dropped were 5 charges of possession of child pornography. 5 of those charges were dropped, but I can't find any information or got any information from my contact yet on what the 18 amended charges are. And I keep going back to my case and checking for updates on it, and there's no updates to let us know what the amended charges are. So once I hear something, I'll let people know.
Yes, and TK answered the door finally yesterday and said, no comment, and shut the door.
Well, I guess he's been seen.
Now he has, yeah.
Yeah, I guess he's been seen, so.
He's been hiding.
Yeah. I mean, I was reading an article by Channel 13 yesterday, WTHR here out of Indianapolis, and they were saying that I don't know how it was interpreted the wrong way or what, but they were saying that Tony Klein had access to all of Keegan's devices.
I wouldn't be surprised.
Well, I mean, you got to think about it. When they did the initial search and confiscate all of his devices but that one iPhone or Apple phone, whatever it was, and then TK gives back from being interviewed, and all of a sudden the phone's on top of the microwave, and he calls him and turns it in. 1 of 2 people had that phone, TK or RA.
Right.
And I'm honestly believing that RA is completely involved in this case. After I keep reading over the PCA, there's things I'm getting in there that he didn't mention that have been mentioned. What happened on that trail that day, what people saw, what, who saw who saw what. And I caught it. And yeah, like, remember in the PCA, he said that he stood on the bridge on the first platform looking at the fish. And then he decides to walk back down the trail. And he sat at the split, right? The 501 and the 505 on the bench until about 3:30.
Yeah.
Well, how come FSG or Derek Dermott didn't see him?
Right.
And he didn't see them. Think about that one. He didn't see the man in black, but everybody else did. I'm was just thinking about that stuff today. I was like, man, come on. Caught you in a lie right there.
I don't know what to think about all this. I think from what they've told us right now, their evidence is very, very weak.
Well, you see, Richard Allen's team hired a private investigator.
Yeah, they got the money to do that. Yep.
Yeah.
Thank you, Steph.
And I was talking to, I can't remember, it might have been Dee or Vanessa or one of them people, or Sando through Discord. And I said, you watch. I said, I'm willing to make a bet that Keegan Klein's trial gets continued again. As long as this Richard Allen case goes on, he's going to keep continuing. Seems like he's giving them a little bit of information each time he goes to court to get charges dropped.
Yeah. Well, they better not drop too many because the crap he did was wrong and he should pay for it.
Oh, yeah, of course. I don't condone what he did. He deserves everything he's getting, but I mean, trying to get the kid to understand when I spoke to him back in June and July, I mean, you better start talking if you don't want to spend the rest of your life in prison. And that's the only way you're not going to go to prison for life is you cough up information.
Yeah.
And I was talking to Dee about this the other day. I said, you know, what if, just hypothetically, what if Keegan Klein's on the prosecutor's witness list for Delphi? I mean, it's just a thought. It's just a thought, you know? Well, I mean, what are your thoughts?
I mean, he's still doing all this stuff from jail.
Well, apparently not, because nobody's putting money on his books. Because you know how that works. We put $20 on there 2 or 3 times, talked to him or chirped a handful, maybe 15 times, and you get 200 chirps for $20.
Yeah.
And what he does is he says what he has to say to you and then uses the rest of the money to contact other people.
Right. That's why I told you to spam them and use our $20 up.
Yep. But I made sure I threw the Richard Allen scenario at him, and he never commented on that.
That's true.
I told him, I said, we know about Richard Allen, where he lived out on your street. We know about him living in Mexico, Indiana, where your grandfather was basically raised at.
Yeah.
You know, and boy, he would not respond to those comments at all.
No. Hi, Pam. Merry Christmas. Bossy says agreed. Otherwise, his case would be settled long ago. KK has no reason to protect RA except to protect someone else, like his dad.
So we know.
It says the PCA is wrong.
But we do know that if you think about the charging information for Richard Allen, they gave him an elevated felony, the number 2 elevation. If you think about it, it was kidnapping that he committed. If it's legitimately him on the bridge, it was kidnapping. As soon as you pull that gun and tell them girls to go down the hill, once they take one step, that is considered kidnapping. So you're making them go somewhere against their free will with force. I
don't think KK's under a gag order.
He might be. That's the whole problem.
Maybe.
If he's on that witness list, he's got a gag against him.
True.
And that's what I keep pondering. Man, what if he is on that witness list?
Maybe he is. I don't know. I wonder if Ari's wife will begin to consider him as a suspect.
She's in hiding something fierce. You can't. She don't even have her Facebook up or anything.
Yeah, I heard she took her Facebook down again.
Was it Deb? I talked to you, Marv, and D as far as people like moderators and other channel creators. That's about all I talked to when it comes to females. I couldn't remember if it was either you or D.
Mark's in Arkansas? Interesting.
Purdue RN, I'm gonna have to agree with you on that one. Richard Allen's wife.
Yeah, I would think she would have had to at least ponder that.
The thought had to run through her mind. Then I watched a good one with True Crime Web the other night. The bullet evidence is pretty good evidence.
Yeah.
Yeah. I would have to believe so. So what are your thoughts?
As far as what?
Anything
Exactly.
going just with the Richard Allen thing, the PCA?
I keep going over it and going over it, and I have so many more questions
Mm,
now that we've got some of this information. And my biggest thing is the police better have something other than that bullet.
yeah, they better, like I've been saying here the last
They
couple
better
weeks,
have a lot more.
they better have an ace of spades up her sleeve.
Yes. Because that bullet, that is, I mean, there's both sides. They say it's legit, then they say it's junk science. So
What?
they better have a heck of a lot more evidence against him.
Yeah, and I mean, even when that alleged witness said they saw somebody walking down 300,
Mm-hmm.
oh, how come Tara, Derek, Cheyenne, or none of them seen him walking up 300? He would have had to walk right by them to get to the CPS building.
Right.
And no one else saw him but this lady? Yes, Steph, we understand. Yeah, that he put himself there. And if you were listening earlier, I found a lie in the PCA that he claims that he was sitting at the front. He went to the bridge, did his thing at the bridge, and was walking back and sat at a bench that's right there at the 501, 505 split. He said he sat there until 3:30, and I said, hold on. You were there at 3:30. Well, then how come flannel shirt guy, Derek German, and whoever else was out there didn't see you sitting at that bench? And you didn't say you saw them in your interview that you admitted that you were there. You said you saw the three girls and they admitted they saw you, but they saw the man in black, but you didn't. Come on, man.
This actually, I did think about digital. What if Tara is the one that saw him?
Good. Yeah, that's a good question.
I mean, that's why
Derek,
I said I have so many more questions than answers now. It's not even funny.
Now, see, Cheyenne said she went back to the Mears lot about 3:50, 3:55, and she saw Derek and Tara in the car.
Yeah.
So apparently all the other witnesses parked at the Freedom Bridge area.
All the other what? Witnesses?
A lot of the other witnesses were parked up near the Freedom Bridge parking lot.
Well, and I want to know how fast this would. Okay, so if it wasn't Tara, if somebody was driving by him, right? How fast were they going? And if
Did
they
they
were
drive? Did they drive at him when he was facing them, or were you driving
straight,
passing him facing his
I mean,
rear
'cause
side?
if you're going 30, 35 miles per hour down that road, how are you going to know that he's muddy and bloody? You know, you're just going to see a flash of him. So, but then the thing that really bothers me is that he admits that he was on the bridge during that time that they were taken. He admits that he parked at the CPS building. That's so there's things that I'm like, yeah, okay, it's him, and then there's other things I'm like, no, it's not him. So I personally am at a toss up. That's why I said the prosecutor better have a lot more evidence against him.
I mean, I even watched another creator, and he had an interview with Doug Carter on there, and Doug Carter had both sketches in his hands. He said, if you move them together and slightly overlap them real quick, you get Richard Allen.
I want to say the speed limit on that road is 25 to 35. It's not very fast. What time did Derek get there and then Tara?
It was somewhere like 3:15, between 3:15 and 3:30.
I think Derek got there more at like, wasn't it between 3 and 3:15, and then Tara probably was between
closer to 4.
Yeah, I was gonna say quarter to 4.
Speed limit's 20 down 300.
Oh, okay, thank you. Let's see here. He's bridge guy. Okay, and that is my other thing.
Exactly. Yeah.
He could be bridge guy, but is he the killer?
He does. I totally agree with that statement, 100%. But if you understand the law,
hang on, Todd. That is enough. No more about Randy, or you will be banned.
Time him out.
Speed is 20.
Like I was saying,
I would think they would have to be driving towards him to be able to see.
Exactly.
That too.
He's walking in the against the traffic.
Yeah. So 313 for Derek. Can you get enough people together to go to the trails and do a reenactment of that search time? Yeah, I suppose we could.
But you can't do it now because the new bridge has been built. They got it blocked off. I was reading a thing about it today. They did that for a reason. So people would stay off the property on the south end of the bridge.
That is not going to deter people. Sorry.
No.
Tell them to climb right over it. Oop. He admitted to everyone else. All he said was he didn't murder them. He didn't say he didn't kidnap them. Was he even asked if he kidnapped them? Good point. He was parked at Farm Bureau, yeah. Well, is there even a Farm Bureau over there?
Randy says no.
Okay.
I've watched his things before.
Good to see a So Derek was there when he was killing them in Ron Logan property because the affidavit stated an hour. Yeah.
Or they just got killed when he arrived.
Right. Well, that's the good question. Why wouldn't he just say he was BG then? Well, why would you say you were BG in a high-profile case of two little girls that were murdered? You know,
Well, you got to think of it this way. Why wouldn't he admit to it? Because he knew if he admitted to it, to being partaking in just a kidnapping that led to the girl's murders, he knows he's screwed. This guy wasn't down for 5.5 years for no reason. He was smart as hell about the whole thing.
Yeah, he's still guilty in the murder in the terms of the law of murder.
Yeah.
Because he kidnapped them.
And they died in the commission of another crime, the kidnapping.
Yep. Excuse me? I am not. Never have been, never will be.
Have a good night, Megan. Hey, Mandy. Nice to see you. 12 cut. It's been a minute.
Oh, let's see. I heard that the CPS building was once a farm bureau. Oh, that could have been, and maybe that's why he referenced it as that.
Randy just said no. She said Steph, CPS was never Farm Bureau.
Okay.
What up, Sleuth? Thought you was on a road trip, bro.
Right.
This is what, yeah. The law, if you're from Indiana, I'll explain the law 35-42-1-1. Murder. With this kind of case, they elevated it to a number 2 because under the statute, number 2 consists of kidnapping, sexual assault, sex trafficking, and a few other things. And so the way we're seeing it, once he pulled that gun on them girls and told them down the hill, once they took one step, it is considered kidnapping. So that's why we believe it was a kidnapping that was involved on Richard Allen's part. Now, the murder itself, we're not sure. But he's the one that caused the girls to get murdered from his kidnapping that he did.
Merry Christmas, 12 cut. Do you remember the pic of a scruffy looking guy in black coat leaning up against a tree? Is that during the press conference that was there? I think that's the picture that you're referring to. Nice to see you, Sleuth. Do we have any confirmation that Ari was caught on the Hoosier Harvester camera?
I think that nope, nothing's been said in the PCA about it, but I'm wondering if they're keeping that back in the discovery.
Right.
And like I said, I'm planning to go to the bond hearing, and I know they're going to release at least one or two pieces of evidence why the prosecutor doesn't think he needs a bond. They're going to have to give something up for a reason. So I want to be able to know exactly what that piece of evidence is to show why he doesn't deserve a bond.
Yeah. So glad you're back, Sleuth, and that you're safe. Thanks, Sandy Ray.
Man, all right. Enough of this garbage that's going on. Thank you. He's out of here.
Yeah, he's been out of here for a while now.
Todd?
He's been out of here for a while since, I think.
Yeah,
I
he's
believe
gone.
Ellen's job was to round the girls up for whoever else was under the bridge. Could be.
We got some trolls in here tonight.
Yeah.
It's all right. We love our trolls too, just like haters.
All right, hang on a minute. I need to bring up another screen here.
Cyril said, shoot, I'm late. What's up, Mike? Nice to see you, man.
Mike is loving Nightbot. Makes his job a lot easier. All right.
Yes, Prudiar, and I'll get with you after the show. She asked if I had any intel on items found. What me and you talked about. She knows that I got information on it, so.
RA would have to pass the harvest store. Correct? Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Most definitely.
Well, okay. Did the PCA say that it saw him or
Him and his car.
his car?
They saw him in his car. The lady said I think she got that time from the Harvester store time from the police because they saw her drive by it. And they probably gave her the time that she drove by there. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And then later on in PCA, they said they seen Richard Allen in his car driving by.
If they had a better shot of him, say from the camera or Libby's video, why not show it way back in 2017?
Because they didn't want to hint off to who it was, so he wouldn't run. Oh, man, I'm almost positive they probably got a better picture of him that we haven't seen.
All right.
But like I said, there's just some things after I kept going over that thing, and I'm picking out things like, hold on, man. Something's not adding up. There's things you're not mentioning that you should be mentioning. Like I said, the Derek German situation, flannel shirt guy, you didn't see none of them. You didn't see the man in black, but the girl saw the men in black. Something's wrong here.
Well, that's the thing another thing that bugs me is the fact that this man in black. Who is this man in black?
Could it be an accomplice? Could it be an accessory if he even exists? We know Richard Allen existed, but do we actually know that the man in black existed?
Right.
Because if you want to look at this scenario here, maybe Richard Allen didn't mention the man in black because he knew who he was and acted like he didn't see him. But then again, you got to look at it this other way, is if Derek German and flannel shirt guy didn't see him. So,
yeah.
And like I said before, if he was actually sitting on that bench up until 3:30 right there at the split, and Derek and flannel shirt the guy didn't see him, that right there told me he was lying. That was a lie right there.
It's like, okay, I'm going to give you little bits here and there, but I'm going to leave stuff. I'm going to give you the first part, and I might give you a little bit of the last part, but I'm going to leave out the middle part, and it drives me crazy.
Yeah.
It really does.
You done told it, you did admit it to being there, being on the bridge, being on the first platform. I mean, hell, you admitted being at the CPS building. You might as well give the rest of it up, dude, because you just basically told on yourself that you were involved with a murder.
Right.
But I do worry about the prosecution's case right now.
Oh, yeah.
You know, makes no sense.
Okay, RA could have exited through the cemetery, walked across the fields, walked behind the harvest store, and would be at the Old Farm Bureau Insurance Building.
I don't think so.
Take a look at that area.
I don't think so. Because you have to walk to 300 to get to the CPS building. You can walk behind that harvest store all you want. You're going to be seen out on 300.
Well, you would be seen walking through a field.
Right.
So, yeah, why?
Because I'm sure the harvest camera was able to pick up the CPS building from their cameras. I'm pretty sure of that. See, Randy made a good point. The Mears property has dogs, and the dogs have been going nuts and barking and stuff.
True. Merry Christmas, Shannon. I'm questioning this, if he is BG or not. I keep looking at that photo. I know he's got the same clothes and everything.
But you got to ask yourself, why would he admit to being on the bridge?
True. I'm just so all of it has me confused, befuddled. I just want all the information and I want all the answers.
Yeah. You know what they say, right? Want one hand and poop in the other and see which one fills up quicker.
Oh, really? Is
Yeah.
that what they say?
Yep. But you got to remember C4 or C4P. These people saw him in passing. It wasn't like they were trying to get a accurate description of him. And it was blatantly obvious by the picture on the bridge that he was overdressed for a reason.
Well, yeah, and this is a good point. If the Harvest Store CCTV picks up the CPS building, then the cop should have his times down to a T.
Exactly. And I believe that Harvest Store camera also picks up Old Road 20, State Road 25 also, and that's how they picked him up on camera in his car.
Yeah, they do right now. True.
I'm still
Bruce, somebody get rid of Bruce, please. Not dealing with that tonight.
I don't even know who that guy is.
No. So I just went to the Carhartt site and they only have one blue coat on there and it's a denim material. He could have worn a black Carhartt coat that was faded. No, I don't think it's gonna a black coat is gonna be black. It's not gonna seem like a bluish in the sunlight. I don't think now I've been thinking about it, and black is going to show up as black out there.
I'm going to pause you for a second. Prayers sending it out to Stacy Skinner.
Oh, I'm so sorry. I hope they figure out what's going on. I'll take over for a minute. Ladies, stop.
But like I was saying, guys, it just, the PCA's got so many holes in it that I kept reading over and over and over and over, and I kept picking stuff out of it that, like I said, I caught him in a lie, one lie already. And then the lady claiming that she saw him walking on 300, but no one else seen him. That's suspect to me. Yeah, right. True French. Dark navy blue. Yes, true digital. Everybody talks about BG and RA interchangeably, like they are automatically the same person. Good point. Good point here too, Mike Baker. As far as we know, there was a kidnapping that took place. What role he played after they got down the hill, we just don't know. But I honestly believe at this point in time, until something else comes out proving different, that KK is involved somehow. There's just too many coincidences going on between both cases at the same time. See, I'm trying to keep up with you guys. Charlie, I know one of the witnesses, and I don't know if it was maybe her sister was with her, had walked the 505 to take pictures down by the creek, and they were walking back up. So I don't think he would have been able to change that, because they said that happened sometime after 1:30. And then, unless he did it before he started walking the path, because they all said that he were walking back toward the Freedom Bridge when they walked by him and saw him. So the three witnesses, unless he did it after the fact, I don't know. There's just so many unanswered questions at this point in time that we're just going to have to be patient and see what goes on. Like I said, I'm planning to attend the bond hearing, because more than likely they're going to give us one piece of discovery, maybe two, from the prosecutor explaining why he should not get a bond. I'm hoping that's what's going to happen, but I'm pretty sure that it will. And once I hear it and find out if the judge is going to grant him bond, I'll be right out the courtroom and going right live immediately. You guys got to keep reading over this PCA. If you keep reading it and reading it, you're going to find holes in it. I mean, the prosecutor even made a mistake, and I don't even think he even realized it either. He put February 13th or 14th of 2022 as the date when it was supposed to be 2017. So that told me that they were in a rush to get this PCA filled out. It didn't even proofread or anything, and just did what they had to do and have the judge sign it. What I mean by lies digital is Richard Allen, okay? Like we said, he admitted to being there wearing the proper attire, just like BG was. He admitted being on the bridge. He admitted being on the first platform, which the lady said that she saw him. She was on the north end of the bridge, wasn't even on it, and she said he was about 50 feet away from her, okay? Where I'm saying he lied at is he said once he was done allegedly watching fish from the first platform, he walked back to the 501 split, and there's a bench right there. He said he sat there until about 3:30. Okay, Mr. Allen, if that's the case, explain to everybody why you didn't see Jared German, you didn't see Flannel Shirt Guy, you didn't see the Man in Black. Come
the
on.
couple under the bridge.
The couple under the bridge. There you go. There's another good one.
So you asked my opinion on this, all of this. I am so done with the speculation. What irks me is that Indiana is not going to televise this trial, and I'm not going to hear all the facts. You're going to get what the media gives you and what YouTubers give you off of, their reports, but I want to hear everything specifically.
And guess what we're in the works of doing, guys? Mara brought this to my attention the other day.
What?
About me going to the trial.
Yeah.
And tentatively right now, Marv was like, that's already in the works. I said, I'd like to go to the trial so I can get firsthand knowledge of exactly what's being said and shown in court that I can report back to the channel with. And she said, that's in the works. And I said, what do you mean that's in the works? She said, we're working on getting you a hotel so you can stay and go to the trial yourself.
But I still am not going to be able to hear everything for myself.
Right. And that's the problem.
A lot of us aren't. And that's what bothers me. I know you're good at detail, but you can't tell me everything. Right. You're not going to be able to remember everything they say.
No.
So that's why I'm so done with the speculation. I just want the facts, all the facts of what happened, and I'm not going to get them. And it irks me. Because I don't know how long the trial is going to last. So trying to take vacation time for that,
Oh, this trial is going to last, I would say, at least a couple months. At least.
Yeah. Don't lose your papers this time, Frank.
Funny. I looked like a jackass that day, didn't I?
Yeah, I agree. Support with stuff like that.
But I agree to an extent. Okay.
Christy, the only problem with that is now we're trying to get transcripts from another trial that happened 20 years ago. They want to charge us $12,000 for a copy of the transcripts.
And that was only a 2-week trial.
Yeah.
But like I say, I agree with what Steph said to an extent, because we all know there's going to be some graphic content that's going to be shown during the trial that should not be shown to the public.
Yeah, but they've done it in these Zoom trials now where you can go in Zoom and they only show that to the jury, the judges, the judge, the lawyers. Even in some of the other trials that I've been watching, they didn't even show it, like the Nicholas, the Florida shooter.
Mm-hmm.
They didn't even show the pictures to the gallery where the parents were sitting. They only showed it to the jury, the judge, and the attorneys. That was it.
Well, what they do on that Zoom what they do in that Zoom and all that stuff is they blur it out. The pictures that they're showing them, they'll blur it out so the cameras can't see it.
Yeah. We're going to try to get him a press pass. I just got to figure out how to do it.
A friend of mine said, who's got his own YouTube channel, we can get press passes as YouTube creators. He said it's called PIO or something I would have to get a hold of to get media credentials.
Bruce, there's plenty of cases for us to talk about other than Delphi. Many, many, many other cases.
And yes, I do believe there's more than just one. At least there's two, possibly three people that's involved in this.
I agree, digital things don't add up. And that's what's bothering me too, and that's why I want the facts.
There you go, Frenchie. That's it. Press information officer. I would have to call Carroll County.
Okay.
To get a hold of their press information officer.
So we're gonna have to do that and get you a press pass. I mean, I don't want this case to go on any longer. I want the right individual or individuals convicted of these murders. And I want it done now.
Well, I think we all do, but I think we all know that it's going to be at least a year and a half to 2 years before this thing even gets to trial. If it even goes to trial.
It's like, come on.
I mean, they got until March to decide if they're going to go to trial now or if they're going to file a continuance. The defense.
Yeah. And Stuffy, you're right. Child cases are covered all the time on court channels.
Oh, this is Indiana. You know how Indiana is.
Well, it's not just Indiana. It's all the states right now. It's all of them are backed up and everything else with all these continuations and.
Well, I mean, Miami County Jail's not complaining about it because they're making the money off of Keegan just sitting there. Making a percentage of his commissary money, his chirp money. They get paid daily for an inmate, a certain amount of money per day. I don't think so, French. I think his dad done scared the wits out of him so bad he ain't talking nothing but to the prosecutor and his attorney. Who's that, Randy? Who saw Derek and Tara? Oh, Cheyenne said, okay. Yeah, see, Cheyenne would have seen him too.
Mods, can you please ban Diane Jones?
I can do that right now. Locked.
Thank you.
Yep. Yeah, but there's a lot of things that are still to come with this case, guys. And like I said before, I'm willing to bet anything that KK's trial gets a continuance again.
Well, look at that one. Look how long this is taking now.
Well, she's not on there because when I push block, she's not on there.
I didn't see her either, so I'm glad that you were able to block her. It says that she's blocked now, so we're good. Christy says, sad thing is that there are so many rumors by other channels or people in general who think they know it all. It's making everyone's head swim and putting doubt in what is truth. I agree completely.
That's why me and Marv a few months back decided that Will mentioned the speculation and the rumor, but we decided that here lately, since the case has really slowed since they put the gag, we're only going to talk about fact. Okay, the PCA is fact. You have to see it as fact because that's what the prosecutor's saying. He's saying it is fact. And I also want to clear up a rumor that's been going around for a while. Also, I spoke with Becky Patty today for a few minutes, and I flat out asked her. I said, was Abigail found with Libby's tie-dye shirt on? And she said no. So we're going to end that speculation right there.
No, there was no special prosecutor mentioned yet. So I dropped the link. If anybody wants to call in or join us up here on the panel, they certainly can.
Yeah, Becky was laughing about it, Randy, when I called her and talked to her about the death certificate. She just said, this is all a gag. People trying to get information, trying to get rumors started.
Yeah.
Anybody want to come on? Because we're an hour and 15 minutes. Otherwise, we're going to do our shies and giggles.
Yes, they did get the money.
Yes, they did. They hired a private investigator right off the top. They can't speak directly about what they know or what they've talked to Ellie about or the prosecutor, but she can say yes or no to questions that I have that are legitimate questions. All she can say is yes or no, or she can't answer that. That's all she can say to me.
Yeah.
Diane's back. Where's she at? Support.
I just tried to block her and I can't block her.
Yep, there she is.
It says try refreshing the page.
All right, let's put her in timeout.
Andrew says got her.
Oh, it's because once we block somebody else has got to do it.
Oh, okay. She timed her out for 5 minutes. We'll just keep timing her out.
Love the haters.
Yep. So yeah, I go back and forth. You hear things, you read things, you reread things, and first you read it one way and then you read it a different way, and so that's why I said I'm just done with all the speculation and stuff. I just want the facts.
Just like the death certificates. We mentioned that because it's fact that it was not suicide for both girls. It's fact that none of the girls were married, which showed on the death certificate. I mean, that's a fact. We know that.
What's up?
That's why we brought it up. Dinner's ready.
Okay.
Text him when we're home.
Thank you.
So
No,
I
she was just
keep it,
Mom. No, she's leaving for a little bit.
tell her to be careful.
Yeah. Yeah, digital. This is kind of the thing too, is they said we would all be shocked. Well,
I think
I'm not shocked either.
I'm looking at the shockness is of why the crime committed, why it happened.
No, the actual death certificates have not been released. There's been
They're sealed. They've been sealed.
Diane is creating new accounts with the same name. Just keep blocking. Yep. It's because there's not a lot of people on tonight, so we're gonna get all the trolls.
Go ahead, Steph. Why don't you come on the panel, Steph?
Here's the link. Some people can see her, some people can't. So we'll just, those of us that can see her when she gets on here, we'll just keep going. You're welcome, Betty.
Let's see. We got 164 people in the chat. Got 61 likes. Please, people, hit that like button for us.
Yes, please. Gotcha, Andrea.
I can't
Looks
hide
like
her.
stuff is going to come up.
Yeah, I can't hide her. All I can do is time her out and block from my side.
Yeah. Thank you very much for reporting her. I just wish all the information would fall into my lap.
Oh boy. That's a lot of information.
Can't be worse than the 3 bindings I have here, and I'm
Lord.
gonna have to make a 4th for Tabitha.
Well, now that I've got to take care of that about the death sometime next week, I'm going to have to open up the printer box and set it up.
Yeah.
And I told you, Mark told me he's going to find out who the person was that allegedly overheard the conversation with Tabitha's husband in the bar or the pool hall it was.
Okay. I have got to do.
Where's Steffa? She's not coming up?
Yeah, she said.
There she is. What's up, friend?
Hey, y'all. How you doing?
What's that, y'all?
I don't know. Sometimes I don't know where this southern accent comes out. Sometimes it comes out. I don't know why. Maybe listening to these southern YouTubers too much. I don't know.
Here, I'm an old-time hick, and I still use the word y'all.
Y'all. So I missed you guys. It's been a long time.
I know.
It seems like everybody just wants to hear about Delphi, and we're working on other cases, and there's not whole lot going on with Delphi right now.
Yeah.
You know? And
wish I knew what was going on with Delphi. It makes me crazy.
It does.
So,
I mean, I'm working behind the scenes with it and everything, and there's just some things that I can't release or talk about. So otherwise, we'd be having more discussions about it, but I just can't.
I just need them to tell us who are all the tentacles and who are the actors.
Right.
That's all we need. Just tell us that.
Exactly.
So I kind of started digging into some Judge Fouts because I never really did that before.
Oh, okay. We did.
You did too? So I have so many questions after watching
True Crime Design.
No. Well, she started it.
Yeah.
Or he, whoever it is. But I watched one of those, and then it made me look at the Lady of the Night videos. I can't think of her name. Jalen
or something.
Yeah. So it was like a 4-parter, and oh my gosh! Now I was like, how many people, like of high authority in that area, could be involved in something like this? It almost made me think, like, was it, am I allowed to talk about that kind of stuff or not?
Yeah, go ahead.
Go right ahead. I mean, because the way pedophilia and sex rings and all that stuff has been going on for a long time up in that area. They just kept it hush hush.
They did.
it's all getting exposed now, and I think you're right. I believe there is higher ups that are involved in that kind of stuff, and they're trying to protect them.
Agreed, and especially because Fouts just signing Ron Logan's arrest affidavit or his affidavit so they could search his property. That is freaky. But listening to Jalen's story and that she had video and the video that she had, I don't want to go into detail, but it's very scary what was done to her, and the stuff, just learning from that. And like, she didn't hold back, she just like let it out. um and I believed her. I mean, she had the video, and they didn't take his license away. They just said you can't be a judge anymore, but you can be a lawyer, you can still represent
Are
people.
you talking about the girl he groomed,
The one, yes.
the
The
13-year-old?
No, this isn't even that. This is the lady of the night who was an adult, that he was saying, can I come over, or I want to, um
Jalen Rain, that's her name.
yes, I don't want to say what kind of person. I don't know if I'm allowed to say that on your channel, but so I'll just call her a lady of the night.
I know.
Contact her and saying, this has got to be discreet. You can't know who I am before, and so she was worried about having somebody come to her house that she didn't know. So she taped him. She had the video set up just in case he was going to rob her or something. And then, what he did while he was there was all on tape. So it was very interesting how that all continued for years. And that this ring of, the good old boys club. And like, I never realized, like, I always thought that was a theory. I didn't realize like that was like something that was actually happening in the area. You know what I
Yep.
mean?
Yep. That's what I said. They kept it hush hush for all these years, and it's finally starting to get exposed. And I think that's what some big heads are starting to worry now, that they're going to get exposed into this kind of crap. It's no less, no different than the Jeffrey Epstein
Yeah,
situation. Now you got names
exactly.
coming out of the woodworks who have all visited his private island. And you're thinking, well, my God, these people, are you kidding me? Are they doing the same thing that Jeffrey Epstein was doing? You know what
Yeah.
I'm saying? So,
Which also makes you think, well, that makes me think that that might be part of these tentacles. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
when they're like, you'll be shocked, and these tentacles, but we only have like one. I think it's taken them a while to make all these ends meet, and then we at least got this guy because they think he's the one that maybe lured them. But why was he luring them? Where were they supposed to get him, get the girls to get them part of this disgusting ring, or you know what I mean? Like,
Hmm.
it just brought like so many more questions, which we don't need more questions, but it was
I
very.
mean, Judge Fouts, he even had that girl. He groomed her from the time she was 13, and then he was dating her when she was 18.
Now that one I don't know about. What?
She was, if you didn't know about her?
No.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, it was a 13-year-old. He was
Wow.
grooming her. Yeah.
That's
Anyway,
that's
and
even
then,
worse.
and then you're talking about the scandal with the escorting. And
Yes.
that's why he had to leave the bench. To see, why didn't they make him give up his law practicing license?
Why is this man still allowed to practice?
Exactly. And
And
he's defending all these drug guys that out of all those counties around there.
well, and the other part that really freaked me out is that when she took the video of him, she showed her own attorney the video, and he said, "Oh, I don't know who he is," which was a lie. He did know who he was, her own attorney, and she didn't find out for years later that he did know. And it's like they're all covering for each other. That her own attorney was like, "No, I'm not," he wasn't going to rat him out because she didn't know who he was. That was what I'm trying to say. She didn't know who he was because she was in another area. I don't know if she was in Lafayette. He's in Delphi.
Oh,
And
yeah.
yeah, so that was like, oh my gosh, like they won't even tell like if it's on video of the person. Unfreaking believable. If she hadn't gone to the media and showed that video, like this never would have come out about all of this.
Yeah, I agree.
It's interesting. So, but yes, it was that design, true crime design that like popped up on my things and then said had like a little piece of her, and I was like, oh, I want to know about more about this lady. Like, is this legit? And then I got really deep into the story.
Mm-hmm.
You know, Delphi sucks you in, as you
Yes,
guys know. Oh, I know it. I have a question for Frank.
What's
Frank,
that?
when we went to Delphi in March,
Mm-hmm.
were we in the wrong area of the crime scene?
No,
Okay,
no.
just asking because when I was
Where
talking,
we were at, when we crossed over that privacy fence or the fence that separates the mirrors from Ron Logan's property,
yeah,
that fence we had to step over about 20 to 30 yards further down to the right, closer to the creek is where the actual crime scene is, but that big field was right next to it that we were in.
okay,
It's by a clump of 3 trees.
Yeah.
So you guys were in the right area.
okay. Somebody was this one. I was talking to Lewis, and he was like, "No, it was like a fishbowl." And I'm like, "I don't remember us being in a fishbowl."
It's
Are you telling?
because they had cut some of the trees down.
Okay, because
That's why.
I go, "Are you telling me that I did all of this trudging through all of this?" All because it was crazy, trying to get down there and then trying to get back up. I'm like, are you telling me I went through all of that and I wasn't even really at the crime scene? Are you kidding me? I was so upset.
Well, I
No.
learned exactly where the crime scene was before we used a digital compass with
Okay.
a GPS location tracker on it. There's a tree that's bent over halfway into the creek, and right there is the area where the girls were found.
That's where I videoed, and I learned that tree from the girl from Michigan that was with us.
Yeah, Betty Noor.
Yes, we were looking for we called it the gray tree because Gray Hughes is the one that kind of used that as a marker, back in the day. So that's what we used. So that's where I filmed from, and why Marv was yelling across the creek.
So when we went back out here, this last October, we actually got to the actual crime scene. We actually measured from the edge of the creek bed 50 feet in, and we used the compass GPS coordinator or location and got the exact coordinate where the girls' bodies were. We spray painted one of the trees right there where it was with orange paint, and then we took the Ron Logan GPS coordinates that were given to us on the search warrant. It wasn't even 5 feet away. Both coordinates were not even 5 feet away.
Right.
So that way, when people go now, they'll be able to know that they're in the right spot.
Yep. We spray painted the tree closest to the creek. That's where the girls were located. And then we sprayed another tree directly, I would say probably 5 or 6 feet away from that, showing where Ron Logan in the joint area his phone was at. So.
Diane's back.
Yeah, we got her.
Oh, she is Diane, never come to my channel, please.
Yeah.
I'm not nice. Actually, I'm never live. Well, I went live the other day on accident.
So I have video that I got to get off of my phone. We have video that we got to get off of your camera. Remind me, because this weekend we will have my husband help with that. And then we'll play that footage here right after the holidays.
But what I did learn for being out there and doing that testing myself,
Yeah.
You get a pretty damn good signal right there in the Freedom Bridge area where the CPS building is, where it used to be. You can get a pretty good signal by using your maps GPS coordinate finder on your phone. And the GPS for the 209 call was in the general vicinity of the CPS building at the time. Now, when we went to the crime scene, we weren't so lucky to use our phones because the signal just sucked. So Hoosier Cold Case had a digital compass, like I said, with a GPS locator on it. You don't have to have a signal for that.
Oh, okay.
It's all done by compass. And that's how we did that.
We'll get that footage off of the cameras this weekend so that we can show that right after the holidays.
The weird thing is, when I went to Delphi the first time, the time I met Ron Logan, which was May of 2021, I had a Sprint phone. I could not get a signal past when the trailhead started. But this time I had Verizon and I was able to talk the whole time. I mean, I even talked when we got down to before we went down the treacherous hill in, that area, the ravine.
Yeah.
So I was able to have a signal then. So it was weird that now I think they had AT&T, right?
Yeah, I had AT&T and it worked just fine out there. But now I have Verizon, and when I went out there to the crime scene, I couldn't get no signal.
And that's when I had a signal. I finally had a signal, but I couldn't when I had Sprint, which was upsetting because I wanted to video because that was when Anthony Greeno was there. And I was like, I believed everything. I was learning the case from him, which,
And by the way, anybody want to know what the status on Anthony Greeno? I checked his case file. It looks like he's trying to get some type of house arrest or home detention. He filed a motion for it. So
he did all that this last time. I don't know that they're going to let him do that again.
So
I saw somebody in the chat talking about Sheriff Grady Judd, and yes, he's awesome.
Oh yeah,
I love him.
He encourages people like us to do the things we do when it comes to these kind of people.
Oh yeah, he wouldn't put up with this. He'd be like, he would be ratting everybody out. But
and I can tell you something else that really disturbs me. It's awful funny that all this took place a week before the general election.
That was my other. Yes, that was what I was going to ask you. If you thought that it had anything to do with the also the election and the one guy that filed the lawsuit, Thomas.
Yeah, he retired.
I know, but do you think that his lawsuit had anything to do with any of this? Of them getting the arrest?
I believe his lawsuit was thrown out.
Oh, it was? I didn't know that.
Yeah. Why I say it's awful coincidental that this happened. You got to remember who was the lead detective out of Carroll County on this case over the last 5.5 years. Tony Liggett was the lead detective. Okay. Then he runs for sheriff, and then all of a sudden, a week prior to the elections, Richard Allen gets arrested, and what do you know? Tony Liggett gets elected as new sheriff.
That's the thing, and it was like, I don't know. That I think Tom, I don't know, or did they got
screwed,
or did he not get screwed? What if they just settled out of court?
Well, I believe I did read it. It was tossed out.
Okay.
The judge dismissed it.
Very interesting.
Yeah.
Getting all caught up today.
So don't quote me on that, but I'm pretty sure that's what happened. I'd have to go back and look at it because I do remember reading about them. Just the judge dismissed the whole case.
Okay.
So trust me, I try to keep up as much as I can when it goes on to Carroll County and in Delphi.
Well, I have a hard time knowing what's real and what's all speculation.
Right. And see, what I'm trying to figure out now is that Keegan Klein had his hearing yesterday, right?
Right.
Well, We know that 5 charges were dismissed, and I know what charges they were. They were 5 charges of obstruction of justice, or no, possession of child pornography. 5 of those charges were dropped, but I want to know what the amended charges. There was 18 charges that were amended. I want to know what they were amended to and what charges they were.
Interesting. Oh, I definitely think he's ratting people out, but I think you're right. I think he's being smart. You hate to say it, smart about it, but he's playing his cards right. Like, I'll give you a little information here, you knock a little bit off, and I, that's criminal activity. I mean, he's doing what criminals do, playing the game.
Well, he's doing what honestly, if he is 100% legitimately involved in this case, he's being smart about it.
Yeah.
He's given enough here and there at points in time to get what he wants when it comes to the CSAM case. He knows exactly who had access to that Anthony Shots account. He knows. You can't tell me you don't, because that would be like me sitting here and looking at my phone, and then somebody hacks it and I get a chirp to my phone that I got a message from Facebook, and I'm like, that ain't me. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So he would know every time that a message was being sent back and forth on his Anthony Shots account, he would get a notification on it.
Right.
You can't tell me he didn't know who had access to that.
Oh, he knew.
Oh, yeah.
What do you think about them saying that they possibly had like, it was like a chip that went into, that the police didn't know, that went into Keegan's laptop, so Alan could get on access to all of that from his laptop, from Keegan's laptop. He could see everything on there and log in from outside of Keegan's house.
You can. There's an app that you can download that you can take control of somebody else's apps, or their phones, or their social medias and things like that. There is an app that you can get.
Well, Rainbow Bright just said, is it possible that Richard Allen was using that account without Keegan not knowing his real name? Like, we don't know each other's real names here on YouTube. That's possible too, I believe.
They probably do keep that stuff secret in their little crazy
world.
Yeah, but you got to remember the IP address goes back to your real name.
Right.
And so, or your physical address, I should say.
Yeah, but if you use one of those, the things where it says like you can say you're in Europe.
VPNs.
Thank you.
Yeah.
What's in my head will not come out to my mouth. Yeah, so if you use a VPN, though, I would assume all of those weird porn people would be using VPNs.
It doesn't matter.
I'm actually looking into getting a VPN.
Yeah, it's smart.
You got to understand, though, VPNs don't do any good when it comes to professionals and how to get around those VPNs.
It doesn't.
I mean, you've got forensic people that work specifically with that kind of stuff.
Well, yeah. But I mean for them, because they're not forensic people. Like, Keegan's not forensic. So would he be able to know what the IP address was to find out who Alan was? Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I got what you're saying. But they knew. It's like they mentioned something about the IMEI number in the probable cause affidavit. They couldn't track it to an individual. That's because it sounds like a burner phone.
Right.
You don't have to register a burner phone in anybody's name at all. There you go, Grizz.
Yep, burner phones. That's the way they're getting around the system right now, is the heck of a time tracking these burner phones.
You can use a burner phone at somebody's house with an IP address and log into it. But once they get that burner phone, they can find the IP address that you're attached to and go to that house.
So if I was at your house using a burner phone, they're going to come to your house because I was at your house, and that's what it's going to show.
Yep, exactly.
That's what's scary is you could have somebody at your house that you don't even know, like a guest, and they're like some creep. And
You can have somebody sitting outside your house.
Yep. I think it's within 50
Internet
feet or
if it's
something
not
like
locked.
that.
it's
If your
crazy.
internet's not locked, they could use your internet. That's why it's important to lock it down so that
Nobody
only
can
people
access
with
it
a
for free.
password can use it.
Right.
But like mine's locked, but like say my daughter's over here and she's got friends over, she just will hand out the password. Like,
Yep.
you know what I mean? Like your kids, like you don't think of that, and you
True.
like that comes back on you, and you're going. Can you imagine? I'm sure that's happened to people before.
Well, I'm sure.
Right.
People, like Bruce says, keep that Wi-Fi locked.
Yeah. Well, I don't even know if anytime that I've switched carriers for my internet, they always lock it. I mean, they don't allow you to unlock it. It's always comes locked with a password already. At least here in Ohio, where I'm at.
Well,
Oh,
they've
speaking
got it now to where you could do parental thing on those Wi-Fis and stuff now.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So.
Thank you, Indianapolis. A shout out to Indianapolis Police for finding the baby that we've been missing for 70 hours.
Yeah. Right in Indianapolis. They arrested her down in, believe in Columbus, and they found the baby up in Indianapolis.
Yes.
No, they arrested her in Indianapolis too. She took the babies from Columbus, and then
Go ahead. Sorry.
And then she left one of the babies like at 4 a.m. In the car seat at the Dayton International Airport, just sitting outside in a parking spot. So somebody coming in at 4 a.m. to get to their flight saw the baby just sitting in a parking spot out in the cold and grabbed the baby. And so that was the twin A, and then twin B they couldn't find for another 2 days, or almost 2 days, and they found her at 2 p.m. yesterday, but the baby was not with her. And then somebody saw the car with a baby just laying in there in a car seat, and the police got the baby out and everything. But that baby sat in there for a couple days.
Oh, poor baby.
I know, 5 months old. But
I was getting ready to mention this. Another shooting at the mall that right down the street from me today. But luckily there was no injuries to anybody because I was reading about it earlier. Somebody out, this time of year, this is going to happen this time of year, you guys got to make sure you watch your six anywhere you're out in public at this time of the year, because people are desperate, especially people who have no money.
Yep.
Can't afford to buy Christmas for their families and stuff. So you guys got to be very vigilant this time of year.
Oh my gosh, you're going to have to go down there with your gun and just hang out there, Frank, for the next...
Well, listen to this. They implemented a policy there at Greenwood Park Mall, no firearms inside the mall. Now, what if I was there and something else was to happen like it did a few months back?
That guy saved lives. What are they...
He sure did. Yep.
That doesn't make any sense. Like, he's the one that saved the lives and shot... That is backwards. Because their criminals are going to bring the gun no matter what. You want to have people there with guns that can correct the situation.
Yep.
Right.
Trust me, I role play that all the time when I leave the house and I've got my gun on my hip. What do I do in a situation that will cause me to have to draw my weapon? Believe me, I think about that every time I walk out the door.
Well, and anytime I go anywhere, I'm looking for exits and everything else.
Right.
You just never know.
What, were you that vigilant before? Frank probably was because he was in military, but Marv, were you that vigilant before you got into true crime?
No.
Me
I mean,
either.
when it came to the kids, I always kept a very close eye on the kids.
Right.
I know of kid snatchers and stuff, but looking and making sure I knew where the exits were and stuff, no.
So you also got to remember, I live in one of the crime capitals in the Midwest. Indianapolis is averaging almost 250 homicides a year.
Yeah.
So it's been like that for the last few years, and that's when I really started getting more vigilant. And I ended up buying me a gun and said, I'm not going out unless I'm being protected. I'm protecting myself.
Yeah, and we're actually looking at getting concealed carry and guns, handguns, because there's so much stuff going on right now.
I mean, I watched a video just a couple days ago on Facebook. This guy at a grocery store walked up. What the heck was that?
I don't know.
Barkley. Barkley's whining. He wants to go out.
Well, like I was saying, I was watching this video, and a guy walked in the line and pulled a knife and stuck it. I mean, it didn't stick the person, but stuck the cashier in the back. And the guy behind him was like, "Oh shit!" He drew his gun, pointed it right at him. See, that's the kind of things I think about when I go out. Dude, am I going to have to pull this weapon on somebody and I'm standing in line behind because they want to act like a fool and pull a weapon on the cashier or something? You know, I think about that daily. And I hope I never have to, but knock on wood, it could happen any day.
Yeah.
But you could save somebody else's life in your life, you know?
Yeah, but what will it do to me mentally afterwards, knowing that I just killed somebody to protect other people? You know, that's the only thing I worry about.
Yeah. I get that, but then I also think, well, they might have killed 30 people, so I might have saved 30 people's lives.
Right. So, but I try not to think about it as much as possible, but there are days when I'm like, damn, I got to go out and I got to take my gun with me. You know, especially going to Delphi, because you don't know what loons are going to come out of the woodworks up there.
Yeah, let's talk about that. Didn't you guys leave me by myself?
No, you chose to walk back through the trail, Miss Stephanie.
Because my sister was by herself, and I thought you guys would be on the trail, so I had to walk back
I'm going to get blamed for it no matter what.
Your sister was not by herself. We had her with us.
I know, but I didn't know that, so I walked on Ron Logan's property by myself, then on the trail by myself. I was scared. I have that on video too, where I had it on video just in case something happened. Like, it was all on tape.
Well, why do you think you started running to the Freedom Bridge and back towards the trail when we found out you were walking back?
Oh gosh, that was.
I knew. I'd hear about. I heard about that one for days and on end after that.
It'll never end. Remember that I'll be like in a nursing home. Remember the time?
I made it very clear within a week after we went back in October that I will never be traveling the trails or going up and down the hills.
No, you cannot do that anymore.
I
basically overheated is what had happened, and I'm like, I'm getting too old for this. All you young bucks are going to start doing it. We'll instruct you on what you need to do and how to do things, but I can't do that crap no more.
Yeah, it was bad.
So.
Yeah, my sister was asking about me. Oh, that was sweet of her. I was like, I'm going to go down here to the crime scene. She's like, I can't do that. I just had a hysterectomy. I'm like, you'll be fine just sitting here. These are nice people. She's scared to death. Like, we are here. Right? She's like, I don't know these people. And you're taking me to where 2 girls lost their lives. And you just want me to trust people that I don't know. But I'm like, oh, it's fine. I'll be back. I'm going to go down in the middle of nowhere, but I'll be back. She's used to me in my antics, but.
Yeah, I got a question. Digital, what was put out?
You have to go back up to this one. And then she said that wife Lilith changed her name again.
Molly Lowry.
Yeah.
I can't believe that Keegan went off on me a couple weeks ago. He said, I was going to talk to you, man, but my fiance said you've been harassing her. And I'm like, what? I
And
said,
it
man,
wasn't
you got,
him, it was me.
and I was like, you got the, I literally said this to him. I said, you got the wrong effort to him. I said, you messing with the wrong dude. I said, I have never talked to her in my entire life when I've been involved in this case. I don't even know how to contact her. I don't have an email, nothing.
And then Frank's telling me about this, and I'm like, oh yeah, I went off on her in the chat.
And then I said, thanks, Frank. Or I said, thanks a lot, Marv. I got screamed at for something you did.
Is she even real? Like, I'm not even sure she is. Like, she's really like his friend.
She was there. If you've seen those pictures of the drawings that he made or somebody made that he's posting on,
He still says that she's his fiance. She says no.
and if that's the case, why didn't she put money on his chirp device?
Right.
When did this engagement happen? Like,
Who knows?
like, was there a ring involved? Was it at a visit, or was this prior to his arrest?
These are why after he got arrested.
Oh, we have got major trolls in here. Ron Logan.
Yeah.
This is not even funny. You are so wrong for doing this.
Oh my God. Really? What?
What is your problem?
Block.
Dare you?
Randy, I need you on here, bro. Andrea, if you guys can handle this for us. I know that Dee's having some issues because her power's out up there in Canada. Grizz, I need you on top. Mike, Baker.
Not funny at all. Oh, and now we have Doug Herder. Yeah. Same picture. So it's the same person.
Yep.
Not even funny.
Sick.
Not even funny.
Are they out?
Yes.
They'll just come back in and that's what they'll do. You know, it's so funny. I called Becky this morning because some things were sent to me I need to discuss with her. I said, if you can give me a call when you're available. And she called me back within probably a half hour. And she said, you know what's so funny? I can call you, but I can't even call my own damn daughter. I started laughing. I said, well, look where you're at.
Thank you, Andrea.
You're in the sticks.
Oh, I was thinking, that's not what I was thinking when you said that. I was thinking I can't call my granddaughter. Sorry. I thought she was talking about Libby. When you said that, I was like, oh my gosh. When you said
people are just ridiculous.
It's the same person, just keeps changing names.
Yep.
what would possess these people to spend to me it feels like Friday night because it is
Friday night stuff.
Is it Friday night?
Oh yeah, it is Friday night. I'm like, it's Friday night. Oh yeah, it is Friday night.
Just put it this way, guys. It just shows that we have a lot of haters.
Yeah.
But it's
all right with me.
But they're sick.
I mean, they can't help their worst fact. They can't help it.
They're sick people. Sick people.
I hope we don't know them. I hope it's not like somebody that like we talk to on a regular basis and they're really crazy. Like I worry about that kind of stuff. Like
I know.
Oh, Ron's back.
Rest in peace, Ron.
Rest in peace, Ron.
I better not see Libby's name pop up there. I'm really gonna have to get some.
That would be disgusting.
You already heard my rant on that one.
Well, I didn't mean to keep up all your time, but I'm glad I got to talk to somebody about what your thoughts were about that whole situation. If it was all kind of linked to it, but I'll let somebody else come on panel.
Well, we're getting ready to hit the 2-hour mark anyway, so
okay. Well, thank you so much for having me up. It's always fun talking to y'all and good bouncing ideas off of you.
Yeah.
And thank you to your chat for being so nice. And y'all have a great night.
Are you heading over to
Merry
Sunny?
Christmas.
Yes, I'm going to head. Oh, that's right. Yeah, I'm heading to Sunny's.
All right, tell her I'll be there in a bit.
Okay. All right. Good
Night.
night.
Night. Yeah, that's this. These trolls, man. This is ridiculous.
It's just sick.
Got nothing better else to do. You got any Christmas presents or anything to wrap, or are you trying to be a Scrooge? Because that Scrooge shit don't happen over here. It doesn't work over here. You have no morals. You have no soul. If you want to play these little games and try to pretend you're one of the deceased girls, that's pretty sick.
Yes.
Sorry, I couldn't bite my tongue on that one.
No, I went off, so you're good. I just want to thank the mods for being on it tonight and helping with the trolls.
Yeah, right. The next live, J-Locks, would more likely be sometime next week.
So let's see. Tomorrow night is Christmas Eve.
No
We're
lies.
getting together with we're getting together with some family tomorrow night. Next day is Christmas Day. So that'll be spent with family. Monday I have off. So we may just do some lives Monday.
Hey, Grizz, I've got a nectar collector, but it's not electric.
What the heck is a nectar?
Don't even ask.
Never mind. Never mind. No, that's okay if you named your kittens after them, but to have somebody come in here, that's just wrong.
Indiana, now it's considered criminal confinement if you restrict someone's movements or won't allow them to leave their house or a room. It's considered criminal confinement. But otherwise, guys, we're at the 2-hour mark. We promised we'd come on and talk a little bit of Delphi with you guys for tonight because I know you guys have been missing us when it comes to this case. And like we said before, the case is on a standstill basically at this point in time. But anytime that there's any information that comes out that I've noticed, I always look into it. And if it's worthy, I take it to Marv and we'll discuss it. And like I said, if it's worthy of us doing a live on it, we will. But we are working other cases.
Yeah, and just so you guys know, those of you who are not members of our Facebook group or we put out a lot of information on missing people, other cases. Anytime Frank finds anything out on Delphi that we agree to release, it goes out on that Facebook group first. Mm-hmm. So, Stephanie, we'll do another call-in night. Probably, maybe on Monday we'll do some more call-ins. I'd love to hear from everybody else.
Oh, no, we ain't doing that Monday.
Why?
The Colts have got a Monday night football game Monday night.
Then we'll do it Monday afternoon.
And then Tuesday, I got to be at the hospital.
We won't have a Tuesday live, but Monday. And then next week, I had to take some time off this week. And it kills me that I had to postpone Tabitha's again. But we are going to start on Tabitha's story next week for sure.
And merchandise, everybody.
Yes.
From the two sister queens. One of them is one of our moderators. Please check out the Facebook group. or page. If you would, there's T-shirts, there's hoodies, there's tumblers, whatever else that Miss Andrea Duff can come up with. I'm sure she will oblige to try to attempt to make or whatever you need, and just get with her.
Yep. But most of all, we want to wish everyone Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays.
Yes.
Thank you for being part of our true crime family. We love you. We appreciate all of you and everything that you do for us, liking, sharing, donating, everything, just being here in the chat with us. We love you guys, and we wouldn't be here without you.
And on your way out, guys, please go hit that thumbs up for us, please.
Yep.
And like she said, we love you guys tremendously. We appreciate everybody hanging out with us when we're on. Want to wish Merry Christmas to everyone also. And
Yes.
I'm going to take us out of here, guys. You know what time it is.
Enjoy the time with your families the next couple of days. That's what
Yes.
Christmas is about.
Try not to think about any kind of cases. This is not the time for that. Take this weekend off away from everything and just spend it with family. Watch football, stuff your mouths, whatever you got to do, open gifts. Just enjoy the time with family, because there's 2 girls out there no longer can.
We'll look into that, J-Locks. All right, everyone.
All right. Peace out. One love,
Peace out.
guys.
One love.
Good
Mwah.
night.